hullabaloo. All right. Yeah. Nice bit of vibraphonic echo going on in the back of that. Love it. Right. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hello, Karen. Hello, Simon. Hello, Janet. Hello, Anne. Hello, Janie. Hello, Ms. Jobson. Yeah, everyone's doing good. I don't know, do I? But it just feels that way. It feels like the vibrations coming through are generally positive. Yeah, thank you for telling me about the sound, Simon. That's very helpful. I do checks. I look at the meters going up and down. I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. But you never really know until somebody tells you. You know what I mean? Because computers and all that. Hello, Bill. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Nick. Welcome to the quiz. We're going to start the quiz real soon. I am your friend, Dr. Paul. I'm your quizmaster. And you're welcome to my quiz. In the old days, which is now genuinely feeling like the old days, I'm talking about a year ago. Hang on a second. So I just had to listen to that for a second because I thought, I'm sure I was going to use that for the theme tune for something. I was going to use it for the theme tune for cheese or meat. Cheese or meat. Meat or cheese. Cheese or meat. Meat or cheese. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry. Getting distracted. I know something pubs will open in the future. Yeah, well, the thing is, in the past, 1 year ago tonight, on an equivalent Monday, I would be, I'd be on the microphone. It's just after 7 o'clock, so I'd be on the mic down at the Brass Monkey Leith on Leith Walk in Edinburgh. Just about to do the quiz. Just starting the quiz right now. Same time of day, 7 o'clock. But I haven't done a pub quiz for nearly a year now. The last one was just before lockdown, March to something. I can't remember the date, but the last one I did was at the name of the pub now escapes me. That's how long it is. I'm actually now forgetting the name of the pub. It was a pub I just started doing. It's the one over the road from the Monkey, up the street a bit. A great pub. And that's a great anecdote because what was actually a pub? That's what I'm trying to remember. It's the the hell's it called? It's the best pub. It's where all the shoplifters go. I can't believe I can't remember the name of the pub. It's on I can't remember the name of the street. Right opposite the Brass Monkey Leith. You go off Leith Walk, 1 block. It's on the left. Strathy. God, Christ. How can I not remember the Strathy? The Strathmore, better known as the Strathy. That's it. Thank you. And then I went up, that was a Thursday night. So my Thursday night used to be 7 o'clock at the Strathy. Do that, 8:30, finish. Quickly up the road, bus, taxi, sometimes walk, sometimes cycle, but up to Newsroom. So I went up to Newsroom, and that was the lockdown. It was the lockdown the very next day, and there was nobody there. There was one team of young people there who'd come to the pub, so we gave them the prize, and the pub was shutting down. And it was that was that. That was the last time I did a pub quiz. The last actual quiz that I did was the Strathy. Anyway, now I've talked and it's 5 past. Right, let's get the quiz started, okay? Because I tried to get it started at 5 past, but there we went off into a nostalgia thing there. So how to play? Anyway, the point was now I do quizzes online. Here I am. Hello. Hope you're well. Answer the questions. Mark yourself after each round, and don't shout out answers in the chat. That's the basics of doing this pub quiz. Okay. you mark yourself. So there's no limit on your capacity to cheat or defraud the situation. But the great thing is there's no prizes for top score. So there's absolutely no point, you know. There are prizes tonight, but it's got nothing to do with finishing high up on the table. I'll tell you more about that in a second. Last time we played was Friday. I'm just going to hurry this up. Scumbag College. Tate and Robin were at the top there, 76, absolutely fantastic. Chameleons on 73. That was our scoreboard from Friday. I've put that on the website on Facebook today. If you want to have a closer look at that. The quiz is Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 o'clock and Friday at 9 o'clock. That's the new one. Zoom quiz, you can hire me to do a private quiz for you, £95, worth every penny, and Deadpool, tell you more later. Right, sponsors tonight. Tonight's sponsor, main sponsor is Cross Borders Brewery. They operate from just outside of Edinburgh and they make high quality, award-winning beer. They're a new company, only a couple of years old. And they'll send you out some booze if you're a winner tonight. And we have another sponsor this week, all week. Oh, by the way, 10% discount if you use the code DPQuiz on their website. We have another sponsor just for this week only. It's Rowan Flowers and Crafts. They're based in Morningside in South Edinburgh. And it's a high quality florist. And the prize we're offering tonight is a florist's choice bouquet, delivered to any address in Edinburgh. So if you win the flowers tonight, you can either get them yourself if you live in Edinburgh, or if you know somebody in Edinburgh, you want to make a gift out of it, and we can do that as well. All right. So a whole bouquet of flowers, couple of big bottles of beer, and I've got some prizes too. Great stuff. Let's look. There's some options. These are all from Rowan Florist and Crafts, Flowers and Crafts. All right. Nice. Look, that one's got fruit in it. It's got an apple. I don't know if it's a wax apple, a real apple, a wooden, I don't know. Grapes and stuff. It's fantastic. I like flowers. You should have them in the house at all times, folks. Came to your Innocent Gun venue in Lothian Road. I never did an Innocent Gun venue in Lothian Road. Must be some other specky Quizmaster guy. Right, anyway, round one is the same letter round. Boom shaka. The answers in this round all start with the same letter. That's the big clue. So once you get started, once you work out the letter, it's easy. Here we go. Question number one. Name the musician. Which singer from Belfast has been releasing solo albums since the 1960s? He was knighted for services to music in 2016, and best known songs include Brown Eyed Girl and Gloria. Right, so you know you're not shouting out the answers to this in the chat. Just write these down. First 5 questions, the first round, all the answers start with the same letter. Number 2, which single Latin word meaning truth is the motto of Harvard University in the USA? Someone else ran your quiz there. Yeah, maybe she's meaning the Raging Bull. I don't know. That was on Lothian Road. That's the only sort of... I never had much on Lothian Road. I was always over the east side. Aaron says we're playing from Brussels. Ever been? Oh yeah. Yeah, been to Brussels a couple of times. Good times. Okay, number 3. The classical music composers Brahms, Mahler and Beethoven are all buried in which European capital city? So they're all dead. Mr. Brahms, Mr. Mahler and Mr. Beethoven. They are all buried in the same city. Which city is it? Remember, all the answers in this round begin with the same letter of the alphabet. Number 4. More dead people. What was the name of the volcano which destroyed Pompeii in ancient times? 79 AD, is that right? I think it is. But what was the name of the volcano that destroyed the city and killed them all? Every single one of them. Nobody escaped. Number 5, final question in this round. What is the surname of a Formula 1 motor racing driver who was killed in a motor racing crash in 1982, and his son, who later became world champion 15 years later? So of father and son, they have the same surname. Alright, the father was killed in a Formula 1 crash in 1982. The son became Formula 1 world champion in 1997. Remember, the pardon me, the answers in this first round all begin with the same letter. The thing to do is to tell me if you're ready, and then I know to move on. So if you're ready, tell me you're ready. I'm going to quickly go over these questions for anyone who has missed them. Same letter round. Here we go. So Belfast singer, Brown Eyed Girl and Gloria, some of his big hits, been at it for a long time. Who is that? He's been knighted as well. Number 2, which single word of Latin means truth? And it is the motto of Harvard University. Thank you for telling me that you're ready. Folks, Brahms, Mahler, Beethoven, they're all buried in which city? It's a European capital city. Number 4, what's the name of the volcano that destroyed Pompeii? And the surname of the Formula 1 motor racing dynasty, father and son. Father died, son became world champion. Okay. Some things around there. All ready? I think you're all ready. I'm going to tell you the answers. Okay, here we go. Same letter round answers. Oh, did you get the letter? Letter V. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. I don't know what the hell's going on there. It's a wee bit hippie. Right, so here we go. Here are the answers for the letter V. So he's got a knighthood. He's been cracking it since 1960s. Brown Eyed Girl, Gloria. That is your old pal Van Morrison. There he is, Van Morrison. Commonly known as Van the Man. Which I always thought was a bit odd. Right, I'm just looking up. Do you know this is the first chance to get on the wheel tonight. What is Van Morrison's real first name? Like, Van's not his name. You know what I'm saying? So this is the exception to not putting answers in the chat. First person to get the answer to this in the chat will get on the wheel. Bert, no, that's not right. Reggie, no, also known as the twat in the hat. Ivan, I'll take that. That's his middle name, but I'll take that. and there's the other answer, which is George, right? So he's called George Ivan Morrison. Okay, that's his full name. So Raymond, I'll put you on the wheel for getting Ivan. Let me just get this on the wheel. So Raymond Hogg, just typing that in there, and Struan Mills getting George. Nice one. Right, okay. Nah, not Fred, not John. Nah, good guesses. But all right. Right, Latin word means truth. Motto of Harvard University, Veritas. Veritas. It's quite a tricky one. There's their logo. Not bad. Veritas. Books. Decomposers. Get it? Brahms, Mahler, and Beethoven, they're all buried where? It's Vienna. That's an answer that might not mean anything to some of you. But Vienna is the right answer. Number 4. In the same letter round. Name of the volcano is Vesuvius. Yeah. Killed everybody. And number 5. Quite tricky. If you don't know anything about Formula 1, obviously it's tricky. But the father-son, both Formula 1 motor racers, which is quite unusual, I think. It's Villeneuve. Alright. There they are. Back in the day. Gilles Villeneuve is the dad. Jacques Villeneuve is the kid. Gilles Villeneuve, I think, died not long after that photograph. I don't know. He looks really young. Anyway, there you go. So, possible 10 points for the answers in that round. 2 points per correct answer, so there's 10 points. But there are bonus points, as you can see. If somebody on your team is a subscriber, you get 2 points. So if you're not a subscriber, subscribe now, and you get 2 points. Just like that. Just like that. If somebody on your quiz team has shared the quiz tonight, or if you share the quiz tonight, then your team gets +1. So that's the usual maximum, 13. There is an extra point if it's your birthday, but it's probably not your birthday. Went for Vettel. Yeah, I was wondering if anybody, you know, I think if you're not a Formula 1 person, like I'm not, then you just have to try and think of any motor racer starting with V. And Vettel's a bit more sort of recently famous than Villeneuve. So slightly tricky first round, opening round. What we got? We got 13 for the triangulation. Fat Boy got sick of 13. All right. The Spade, you're on 11 there. Julius and the clues are here. Nice one. Hello, Dave. 13 points. I'm all right, Mr. Scanlon. Yeah. Man, I was doing a Zoom quiz the other night and my whole computer crashed. I had to go off the call, come back on. Not very professional. I need a new computer. You know what I mean? My computer's like 10 years old. I can't believe it can do this. But, you know, we'll get there. Right. So add up your scores as we go. I'm going to get you to upload your scores at the end of the quiz. All right, here we go. Let's get straight into round 2. Yeah, that's a good point as well. It's not completely unknown. Schumacher and Hill have racing sons. Did they both do Formula 1? Who's Schumacher? Because I know Schumacher had a brother who was a Formula 1 guy. Damon Hill. Who's Damon Hill's son? Oh, did I get something wrong? Janie, let's have a look. You're right. You're right. Janie, that puts you on the wheel. Of course, that last one should say Villeneuve. That's the deal, by the way. If you spot a mistake on my presentation, which Janie has there, if you're the first to spot it and you spot it before I do, then you get on the wheel. The wheel is where you need to be if you want to win prizes later. So even if you know... Alright, Graham Hill was the dad. Yeah. Gotcha. Of Damon Hill. Okay, right, let's move on. So picture round. Here we go. 5 pictures. Don't forget about the same letter. That's just the first round. So here we go. Number 1 is a badge. National football team badge. But from which country? Alright, which country's got colours and an alphabet that looks a bit like that? Number 2 is a film. Name this film. It won the 2002 Oscar for Best Picture. And I went to see it. I thought it was great. I'd like to see it again. Actually, it's been quite a long time since I've seen it. So name this film. 2002 Best Picture Oscar winner. Okay, number 3. This is the face of one of the most famous statues in the world. What's it called? What's the name of the statue? That's what we're looking for here. That's just the face, but the whole statue is one of the most famous sculptures or statues in the world. What is the name of the statue? Check this guy. Check him, Ed. Look how many quizzes this guy's won. Which African country was ruled by this dictator in the 1970s? See, when you're a prize winner and I send you something in the post, what I tend to do is, if it's your first ever win, I tend to send you one of these. Multiple quiz winner badge, right? This guy has never got one of those, eh? It's something to have all those medals, but quiz winner badge, that's where it's at. Anyway, what country was he in charge of for most of the 1970s? And the final question in this first round. Picture round. Oh yeah, it's an animal question. Complete the name of this animal. It's called the golden lion something. Something beginning with T. So, what is that? Golden lion something. Something beginning with T. What type of animal is that? Well, alright. It's picture round. You want to see him again? Do it real quick, okay? So, national football team's badge. The clues there are the colours and the alphabet. Thank you, Karen, saying you're ready. Number 2 is a film. It's a musical, by the way. 2002 Best Picture Oscar. Great fun movie. Number 3, name the statue. One of the most famous sculptures or statues in the world. Which country was ruled by this dictator in the 1970s? Country in Africa. And number 5, the Golden Lion something. Something beginning with T. What is that final word? So, you tell me when you're ready. Let's see. John's ready. Thank John. Karen's ready. Noodle Doodles are ready. Fat Boy got sick. Marion, William are all ready. Ready. Nous sommes prêts. Είμαστε έτοιμος. That's it. I don't know any other languages. Huey Lewis and the Clues are ready. Nice one. Hello, Pajero. Okay, let's go there. Let's go to the answers. Picture round. Answers. Okay. Did you know this one? I don't know how... I just know this, so I don't really know how difficult or easy it is. The correct answer is, for 2 points, Bulgaria. Okay, Bulgaria. Bulgarski footbally something. I don't know what the last bit is. Bulgaria, though, for 2 points. All right, number 2 is a musical. That's Chicago. That's Chicago. That's Richard Gere in the middle, Renée Zellweger on the right, and Catherine Zeta-Jones on the left. Story of crime in jazz-era Chicago. Face, the most famous statue, one of the most famous statues in the world. That's its face. It is the David. It's created by your old friend Michelangelo, with no A. Well, with one A, not two A's. Yeah, it's a difficult round, I think. Spedge. Who's the chap here? Well, not asking who he is. What country was he in charge of? That was Uganda. He is, of course, Idi Amin. And the last one, number 5. Another difficult one. I think this is could be quite a low scoring round. We'll see what the scores are. But this is a Golden Lion Tamarin. Not a Golden Lion David Cameron, but a Golden Lion Tamarin. Here's a bonus question to get you on the wheel. Bonus trivia question. First person to answer this. The Golden Lion Tamarin only lives in one country. What country is it? Like in the wild. You get them in zoos, obviously, but which is the only country that has the Golden Lion Tamarin in the wild? Yep. Scores are all over the place. 2s, 6s, 10s. Madagascar, no. Borneo, Malaysia, China, no. Madagascar, no. I would have said Madagascar. That would have been my first answer, but it's not correct. It is not even the correct continent. Neither is Borneo. And neither is Malaysia. Neither is Sri Lanka. 4 out of 10 for the round. Rebecca's saying that. I think that was a difficult round. No doubt about it. Yay, Andy. Nice one. That's the one. Brazil. They only live in the wild in southern Brazil. So, Andy, I don't think it's been on the wheel for a little while. It's nice to have you back on the wheel, Andy. From the exotic and very triumphant and very famous Porn Dwarfs team. Nah, not Wales. Looks a bit Welsh, right enough, but no. So Bulgaria, Chicago, David, Uganda. Bulgaria, Chicago, David, Uganda, Golden Lion Tamarin. Go. 10 out of 10. Woohoo! Proo. Prue. Nah, Peru's got pigeons. That's why they say Prue, Prue. What's this? No I in Chicago. Oh, you're right as well. Superb, Spedge. Proofreading spectacular. Spedge is on the wheel for the missing eye in Chicago. There you go. I thought there would be a few typos today. Right, crypto. Time for a crypto. This is like a, not necessarily that, well, that is a little bit cryptic today. It's like a crossword clue. I'm going to give you a clue to the title of a film. Do not shout out the answer for this one. Don't put it in the chat. Just try and work it out yourself. The timer is because everybody gets 60 seconds. That's why we're not shouting out the answer. So, try and work out the title of this 90s film from this clue. Here we go. Woodchuck's Earthly Rotation. And then 2 words. A 9-letter word and a 3-letter word. Yeah. So try and work out... I'll have to go back and look at that in a second, right? Your apostrophe claim. I'll put that through the underwriters in a minute, but let's just keep this on the screen just now. So, Woodchuck's Earthly Rotation. A top 90s film. I actually saw it recently for the first time. And I thought it was great. Let me just get the exact year for you. 1993, so early 90s. Several of you have got it already. We're down to about 10 seconds. Comedy film. But it's definitely comedy film. Not slapstick. There are a few slapstick moments in it, but it's quite meaningful. Quite deep. Okay, time's up. Lots of you have said you got it. So if you got this before I reveal the answer, you get 3 points. And here is the answer. It's Groundhog Day. Alright. Groundhog Day. So a woodchuck is another word for a groundhog. A groundhog is another word for a woodchuck. Same animal. An earthly rotation. The earth rotates. That's a day. It goes round again. That's another day. So Groundhog Day. That's it. I think it's fairly straightforward. 3 points onto your score if you got that right. Let's just go back and check Spedgy's. Oh, you want? I see. You want an no. There's no apostrophe in that. It's 1990s. It doesn't. It's plural. It's not possessive, right? So it's just 1990s with an S. So the usual thing for that is just to add S on. No apostrophe there. So no, not this time. Not for that one. Right. Okay. 3 points if you got Groundhog Day. And I put Spedge on the wheel. Yeah. Right. Okay. Bonus question. What was the name of the female lead in Groundhog Day? The actress who played the female lead. First person to answer that correctly gets on the wheel. Don't know how many times I've seen Groundhog Day. Andy McDowell is right. Stuart Mills once again. Second time tonight. For the well, everyone's trying to guess Andy McDowell. Bill's made me laugh out loud with a comment for the first time tonight, so I'll put Bill on the wheel for that. There's one comedy slot on the wheel per night, and Bill's got it tonight. So there we go. You're free to make more jokes, but no one else is going on the wheel for it. Right, here we go. Sound round. It's a voice round tonight. I've got voices. Five mystery voices for you. What's that? Oh, it's background music. I've not been doing that recently. Just for a change tonight. Got a bit of background music on, which means I need to put up the volume. That should be fine. Right, okay. Here we go. So I'm going to show you a list of possible answers. Agnieszka Fieldskog, Alan Sugar, Andy Kaufman, Bobcat Goldthwait, Bruno Brooks, Celine Dion, Mila Jovovich, Richard Branson, Steve Davis, and Vanessa Paradis. I'm going to play you 5 voices, and you've just got to pick the correct answers from the list. That's it. Simple as that. So here we go. Here is voice number 1.
It is a fantastic institution, and some people that are not, come from up the country somewhere, that represent ordinary people that are members of the House of Lords. I consider myself an ordinary person.
Yeah. So that's a person who considers himself an ordinary person and is also a member of the House of Lords, right? So the second one is someone talking about their influence on younger singers, okay?
And you can wonder why, and I think it's because it's such a good energy in it. And I think the girls and the boys, they want to dress like us and they want to sing along.
That is number two. Somebody talking about their influence on the younger generation of singers. Number three is a bit of stand-up comedy. Who is this?
I am a living example of Dianetics. Charlie Weaver, Wally Cox, Paul Lynn, dead. Apparently there's something a little bit more mysterious about the secret squares than they'd led you to believe.
I've got no idea what he's talking about, but it's still funny. Number four is someone talking about the British perception of him as being either boring or interesting.
So many people now in the streets were, shouting out interesting. It became an overnight nickname. Like it just released the pressure. It was like that. Yeah, he's boring. Yeah, out of interesting. How you doing, mate? All right. Yeah, get on there.
Very nice. And the last one is a woman talking about her acting method. This is from an interview from 2010. A woman talking about how she does acting.
I knew that I had to do little, and just do very subtle, but by doing this, you never know if are you doing enough? The whole time, I just thought, you know what? I'm not even going to acknowledge what I do. I'm just going to do really little and trust my director and see if he doesn't have what he wants, he's going to ask me for more.
See, the general rule is showbiz is start strong, finish with your strong stuff as well, but I've put the most boring one in off the five in last there, so that's kind of going against the way things normally go. Right, that's the five. If you think you've got your five answers, let me know in the chat. I'm going to play them one more time, okay? So here is your second and last chance to hear them. Here's number one. A person who's a member of the House of Lords but still reckons himself an ordinary person.
It is a fantastic institution, and some people that are not, come from up the country somewhere, that represent ordinary people that are members of the House of Lords. I consider myself an ordinary person.
Yeah. Right, whatever. Number two is someone talking about her influence on the younger generation of singers.
And you can wonder why, and I think it's because it's such a good energy in it. And I think the girls and the boys, they want to dress like us and they want to sing along.
Yeah, they do. Okay, number three is a bit of stand-up comedy. Who is it?
I am a living example of Dianetics. Charlie Weaver, Wally Cox, Paul Lynn, dead. Apparently there's something a little bit more mysterious about the secret squares than they'd led you to believe.
I must have heard that about 5 or 6 times now. Still don't get it. Still makes me laugh. Number four is a person talking about the British public's perception of him as either interesting or boring.
So many people now in the streets were, shouting out interesting. It became an overnight nickname. Like it just released the pressure. Like that. Yeah, he's boring. Interesting. How you doing, mate? All right. Yeah, get on there.
And the last one is a woman talking about her acting craft. Here she is.
I knew that I had to do little, and just do very subtle, but by doing this, you never know if are you doing enough? The whole time, I just thought, you know what? I'm not even going to acknowledge what I do. I'm just going to do really little and trust my director and see if he doesn't have what he wants, he's going to ask me for more.
Thank you. Right, there we go. That's the 5 voices. Lots of you tell me that you're ready already. So let's just get on to. I know what Dianetics is, but just the thing as a whole. I watched about 10 minutes of that routine to try and get a clip, and I was hugely entertained, but had no idea what he was going on about most of the time. I know what the individual things are that he's talking about, but just the way he puts them together. Anyway, here come the answers for the voice round. Okay, number 1, an ordinary fella who reckons himself an ordinary fella, but he's a multi-millionaire and a member of the House of Lords. So how that is, I'm not sure. It's Alan Sugar. All right, 2 points for Alan Sugar. British businessman, founder of Amstrad, all that sort of thing. Number 2, talking about her influence on the younger generation. That's Agnieszka from ABBA. Beautiful. Number 3 is the comedy. It's Bobcat Goldthwait, or just Bob Goldthwait, also known as. Quite weird humour. You always think American humour is very, very straight, but that's a bit different. Number 4 is Steve Davis. If you don't know who Steve Davis is, that's probably because you're too young or you're not from Britain. He's a snooker player, and he was a dominant snooker player in the 80s, and he had a reputation for being a little bit boring, so Spitting Image called him Steve Interesting Davis, and then his career took off, like outside of snooker. And the last one, the actress, talking about her craft, she was doing an interview for a 2010 film called Heartbreaker, which was French, and she is Vanessa Paradis. Is that right? Let's just check that out. Because I did do it without really looking it up. Like, as a... Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, Hazel. Spot on. God, it's a pedant's paradise tonight, isn't it? Lots of wee mistakes for you to find. Like a wee treasure hunt. But Andy Kaufman. I don't think he did the deranged thing quite. See, if... Tell you something. See, you went for Mila. If you spot a spelling mistake, this is a tip for the future. If you spot a spelling mistake on this round, or in fact in any round, like as one of the choices of answers, it's probably a lot less likely to be the right answer, because I tend to look up the right answers, and double check them. Lots of 8 out of 10s, whereas like Mila Jovovich as a choice, I'm just thinking, right, what can I put instead of Vanessa Paradis? So off the top of my head, without thinking it. But I think I posted that on the Facebook today, on the actual page, on the 18th. Yeah, it was at the bar that I was working at the time. I was working in the kitchen. I was a dishwasher, a KP, and I got absolutely steaming, absolutely bongoed that night. And it was great. Not for the first time at a bar, but for the first time without, first time legally, and it was in my place of work. Long Island iced teas. That's what I remember about that night. Anyway, let's crack on, because here's another chance to get on the wheel, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of paper for myself over here. Right. So I'm going to show you a hangman puzzle. You know how this works. Shout me out some letters that I can put into the puzzle. Doesn't matter if you get them right or wrong. It just gives me an order to pick letters. And then the first person to actually solve it in the chat will get their name on the wheel, possibly end up winning great prizes. So what have we got tonight? It's a song. Right, here come the letters. I'm just going to go with what I can see on the screen. There might be some before, but G, P, S, H, T, R, M, F, K, T. Thank you very much, everybody. So G, there is a G. Yes, PS. I don't think there's any P's, no. There is an S, for sure. HTRM. Let's have a look. H. No. T. Yes. Yeah, fantastic. Look at that. That's a good solve. That's a great solve. Well done, Struan. That puts you on the wheel for the third time tonight, which is great going. At 20-8, you're on the wheel 3 times already. It's extremely good. Yeah, magic moments. Bonus points. In fact, another slot on the wheel to anybody who can tell me who wrote magic moments. Magic moments. Memories we've been sharing. Now, Perry Como did a famous version of it, but who wrote it? That's what I'm asking. It's a songwriting partnership that you've definitely heard of. Yeah, there's it. Williams in there with Burt B. That's right, Burt Bacharach. So Bacharach and David, yeah. Magic moments. Memories we've been sharing. La 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 la. I don't have it. I'm amazed. I've just been looking up iTunes there. I thought I would definitely have a version of it. But no. Right, okay, so who was that? That was William Nicholas. All right, William, I'll put you on the wheel. Welcome to the wheel. I don't think I've typed your name on the wheel before, so welcome to the wheel. Magic moments. Great song. I'm trying to learn it on the piano at the moment. It's not easy. Right, guess who? It's time for guess who. Can you play it on the kazoo? Damn right I can play it on the kazoo. Right, sorry, getting carried away. I'll never forget the smell of the sweat beneath your armpits. We used to sing. There's a complete non sequitur. One of the bachelors was on Come Dine With Me today. He was a prick. What? Did the bachelors do a version? Is that the link? My goodness. Right, okay. So remember that, folks. The guy at the bachelors is a prick. Marion's Law. Right, okay, guess who? We're going to play. Get on with the quiz, Paul. Come on. Guess who? So this is this is not shouting out again. This is just a round, a normal round. So don't shout out the answer. It's guess who. I reveal some squares. There's a picture behind the squares. You got to work out who it is. I reveal some squares and give you a clue. Right? So if you get it on the first clue, you get 10 points. You know what I mean? So here we go. Let's see. So started writing these down for you. I don't know if it helps or not. It's quite small if it's on a phone. But the first clue is that this person was born in 1947 in London. All right? This person was born in 1947 in London. So write down a guess for this. Don't put it in the chat. Just write down a guess for this. If it turns out you're right, you'll get 10 points. Even if you change your mind and then change it back later on. But if you get it right at this point, you get 10 points. So have a guess anyway. You get a guess at every level. You know what I mean? You understand? Sure you do. You're all pretty smart. Okay, a couple of you think you got it already. That's nice. There we go. Right, second clue. This is for 8 points if you get this at this point. At the age of 9, his dancing... he went to dance and movement classes, and his dancing was strikingly imaginative. His teachers called his interpretations vividly artistic, that's a quote, and his poise was astonishing for a child. So who's that? Born in 1947 and at the age of 9 was impressing his dance teachers, who called his movement vividly artistic. So who is this? If you get it right at this point, you'll get 8 points. Right, for 6 points now. This person's first band was formed in 1962. It's called the Conrads. But then they didn't go really anywhere. But in the rest of his career, he ended up selling more than 100 million records. His career ended in 2016. That is for 6 points. I think quite a lot of you will have got this by now. I'm not sure. Here's for 4 points. He's mainly known as a musician, but he also starred in films such as The Man Who Fell to Earth and Labyrinth. Alright, so that's for 4 points, and if you still don't know, here come the rest of the squares. You see his face. Best known songs include Space Oddity and The Laughing Gnome. I was walking down a high street, and when I heard footsteps behind me. That's his best song, Laughing Gnome. Right, you all got it? Here we go. So here's the answer. If you don't know it by now, it's David Bowie, okay? Or Bowie, however you like to say it. I think he was happy with either pronunciation. Bowie or Bowie. I tend to say Bowie. Like bow wow wowie. How many points did you get, folks? Lump of Gravy got it at 8. Chameleon's got it at 10. Janie got it at 6. Son's called Zowie. You try to anticipate an extra question there. Jonathan always gets it from the hair. Jonathan knows all the hair of all the celebs, because he always gets it off the hair. 8 points, 8 points, 6, 8s and 6s. Not that many if you got it from 10. A couple of you got it from 10. Mrs. Duff got it from 10. Rebecca got it from 10. Nice work. Right, let's... Mr. Doyle, of course, got it on 10, because the hair. Let's crack on. Ha ha ha, he he he. I'm the laughing gnome and you can't catch me, said the laughing gnome. That is his best song, isn't it? It's not just me. Team of the day, we don't have one tonight. If you want to be team of the day, get in touch, let me know. Right. Oof, went round the houses there. We put Robert Plant at first, then Mick Jagger, then Bowie. Oh, that's good. You were in the right zone. English rock stars. The son changed his name and is a movie director. Son's called Jones. Is that right? Nice one. Right, okay, 50-50 round. We've got 2 rounds to go. For the main part of the quiz. Should be done by about just after 8 o'clock. After that, I'll play games for names for just under half an hour, and then we'll spin the wheel at 8:30. And that's when we'll find out our prize winners tonight. So, 50-50 round is very simple. Just pick the right answer. Number 1. In the time of Jesus, what was the name of the wife of King Herod the Great? Was she called Audrey or Doris? All right. Audrey or Doris? Which was the actual name. It's not a Monty Python sketch, right? But your actual King Herod. The Great. His first wife. I think he ended up having about 10 wives, but what was the name of his first wife? Oh, Christ. Look at you, he's all over it. Louisa. Typo. What was? What was? A missing word. It's a pile-on. What have I typed? In the time of Jesus, what the name? Aye, right enough. Okay, Louisa, you were first there. So, like a grammar hawk. So you are on the wheel, Louisa. Well done to the others, but you need to be fast. You need to get out of bed early to beat Louisa. to the typos. Anyway, question stands. What was King Herod's wife's name? Audrey or Doris? You could call this a typo, but it's kind of deliberate. Just to fit in the boxes a bit nicer. Which party did the United States President Harry Truman represent? Democrat or Republican? So, Harry Truman was a 20th century United States president. What party did he represent? Was it Democrats or Republicans? Number 3. You guess what the question is going to be here? What did an Englishman named Edward Bach become famous for in the 1930s? Was it homeopathy or spontaneous human combustion? An English guy called Edward Bach became famous in the 1930s. Well, famous-ish. Well known. But for what? For homeopathy or for spontaneous human combustion? That's number 3 in the 50-50 round. Just pick the right answer. That's all you got to do. It's a straightforward round. Number 4, charity records. Which Beatles song was used as a charity record in 1987 to raise money for the families of the victims of the Zeebrugge ferry disaster? Was it Hey Jude or Let It Be? All right. So if you're not old enough, you might, well, you won't remember this. Zeebrugge ferry disaster. A ferry capsized. Cross-channel ferry capsized in the port at Zeebrugge in Belgium. A lot of British people on board. A lot of people drowned. So, as was the way of things back then, all the pop stars got together to help and released a record. It was a Beatles song. What song did they use? Was it Hey Jude or Let It Be? That's question number 4. And the final one, question number 5, is a war question. Which country did the USSR invade in 1979? Afghanistan or Iran? All right, so the Soviet Union, colloquially called Russia, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, invaded somebody in 1979. Who was it? Was it Afghanistan or Iran? Right, let me know when you're ready. Thank you, Noodle Doodles. I'll give you those questions one more time. In the time of Jesus, what was Herod's first wife's name? Audrey or Doris? I love that. Number 2, Harry Truman, president of the USA. But what type of president was he? Democrat or Republican? Edward Bach, what was he known for? Homeopathy or spontaneous human combustion? Number 4 was the Zeebrugge ferry disaster charity record, which inevitably followed all disasters in the late 80s. It had to be a charity record. Which record was used? Was it Hey Jude or Let It Be? And then number 5, USSR, boom, invasion. But who? Afghanistan or Iran? In 79. Okay. Lots of you ready. Let's do it. Let's get those answers right now. Herod's first wife was called Doris. Mrs. Herod. Doris Herod. Mrs. H. Indoors. She actually got exiled. Herod was a bit of a... He kind of worked his way through people, you know what I mean? A lot of executions and exiles and stuff. He had one son by her, and he executed him as well. They executed everybody. There they are, executing babies. As per. Oh yeah, the bonus question for this: whose gospel? You know, there's 4 gospels in the New Testament. Which is the only gospel that mentions Herod's massacre of the innocents, which is killing all the baby boys under the age of 2? Most historians say this probably didn't happen, and it only appears in one of the 4 gospels. Which gospel is it? That's right. Matthew is correct. Oh, were you first? Oh, no, you weren't. You know what? Stu Mills is on fire. Yeah. Fantastic. Struan, if you don't win a prize tonight, I'll be massively surprised. Very quick, and always with the right answers as well. Very good. Right. Nah. Gospels is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, yeah. Anyway, Doris was the wife. Number 2, Harry Truman was a Democrat. 2 points for Democrat. Number 3, Edward Bach was homeopathy. That is homeopathic remedies or medicines still available with his name on them. Homeopathy. The charity record for the Zeebrugge Fair disaster was Let It Be. There it is. We are the pop stars, and we care. That's the vibe. Look, Pepsi and Shirley care. Is that Kate Bush? Did she do it? God almighty. Boy George, inevitably. Ben Thingy, out of curiosity, killed the cat. Amazing. Number 5, which country did the USSR roll right into with the tanks in 1979? It was Afghanistan. Okay. Doris Democrat, homeopathy, let it be Afghanistan. What a great set of answers. There you go. Up to 10 points available. How did you do? Was that difficult? Was that a difficult round? I can't work it out. Can't work out if that's an easy or difficult round. Yeah, the Brexit charity song coming out. Yeah. Feed the fishermen. Do they know what they voted for? Feed the fishermen. Thing is, fishermen can't starve, can they? Because they just go and catch some fish. So they'll be alright. Right, tens. Right, maybe it wasn't that difficult. Like I say, I couldn't work out if it was difficult or easy. Quite a few tens, couple of eights. 10 out of 10, heeds and mints. Alright, 6 for Mr. Nicholas, 6 for Pajero. To be honest, it was 50-50. Wasn't sure about the political party, had to guess a couple. Quite difficult. Right, okay. Yeah, that looks like it's pitched fairly well. No disasters. Double or bust. Right, here we go. This is the last round. We're actually starting this round before 8 o'clock, which is a good thing. This is the last round for your score tonight. So double or bust. You look at your score so far and you think, right, where can I go? The highest you can go at this point is 20 above what you've got now. The last round is double points. So 4 points for a right answer, which is great. You get them all right, you'd get 20 points. But the thing is, if you answer one question and get it wrong, then you bust. You get 0 points for the round. Right? To avoid going bust, you can leave blanks. You don't have to answer all the questions. So you decide which ones you're going to answer and which ones you're going to leave blank. You understand? If you don't understand, just ask. But here we go. Here are the questions. Question number 1. Fictional apes. What type of ape are both of the librarian at the Unseen University in the Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett and also King Louis in the Jungle Book, the Disney version, 1967. So they're both same species. All right. 2 different fictional apes, and they're both the same species. What is the species? So King Louis out of the Jungle Book, brackets Disney version, and the librarian, pardon me, out of the Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett. Number 2, in the double or bust round, which Scottish scientist is credited with discovering penicillin in 1928? I think it's one of these things. It's a more complicated story than just one person, but it's got his name on it. He's remembered for it. So name the Scottish scientist who's credited with discovering penicillin in 1928. And the surname will do for this one. For this one, you just need the surname. Okay. Number 3, in the board game Monopoly, great game. What is the initial cost of buying Marylebone Station? If you want to buy if you land on Marylebone Station, nobody owns it already. You can buy it, but how much do you have to pay? How many pounds? Number 4. Ceremonial object. Right, this is about Parliament. Which ceremonial object weighing round about 8 kilograms must be present for a sitting of the House of Commons to pass a law? There's a ceremonial object that is in the House of Commons, or it has to be there anyway, in order for the House of Commons to pass a law. I see your retraction, Spedge. Thank you. And so what's that thing called? It always has to be there when they're making laws, right? And the last one is a year question. You have to get within 10 years of the right answer to get the points. So if you're 10 years out, you get the points. If you're 11 years out, you bust. So what year were both of these things happening? Oscar Wilde died, the Irish playwright and author, poet, and so on. Wit, bon viveur. And also the British Labour Party was officially established. And it should be a question mark at the end. Don't pick me up on that. That's too minor. Anyway, I spotted it first. That's the thing. So plus or minus 10 years for that one. What year Oscar Wilde died and the British Labour Party was officially established? You get 10 years either way on that one if you want to go for it. Right. I'll recap the questions one more time and then I'll show you the answers. Then I'll get you scores. So the librarian out of the Discworld novels and King Louis out of the Jungle Book. Same species of ape. What type of ape? Number 2, Scottish scientist, surname only will do. Discovered penicillin, 1928. How much does it cost to buy Marylebone Station if you land in it and no one's got it already? You can buy it. It's your right to buy it, but how much do you have to pay? Number 4, what's the ceremonial object? It weighs about 8 kilograms. Which is what? It's over a stone, isn't it? If you're that way inclined imperially, you know. But it's got to be there to pass a law. What is that thing? What's the object? And number 5 is a what year question. Oscar Wilde dead, Labour Party born. Plus or minus 10 years either way. Mr. Doyle's calling Boz out for this. So is Marion. So is Karen. Ms. Jobson is just holding the reins a little bit. Keeping it country. Just going for 3. Balls out, friends, means that you're answering all 5, just in case you've not been here before, you don't know what it means. It's getting your body, metaphoric testicles, getting them out and putting them, resting them on a flat table in the expectation that a heavy weight might crush them. But it feels good if you get away with it. Yeah. There's a few balls out tonight. Might get some big scores. We'll see how it goes. I'm about to show you the answers. Before I show you the answers, let me just remind you, I am trying to do this for tips. So a couple of quid coming my way wouldn't be out of the question. Wouldn't be out of order at all. Let me just give you a link for that. You don't have to pay. This is technically free. You can walk away. Nothing bad will happen. But if you do have a couple of pounds and you think that I deserve it, then that's the donation. Like, if you pay what you think it's worth, folks, thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who has donated and everyone who does donate. I appreciate it very much. And it is, touch wood, going to get me to when the pub's open. Okay, first of the month. Jesus. Hardcore. Everything goes out in the first. Right, you ready? You ready for this? Let's do it. Quiz ballers are going for it. Chameleons are going for it for the first time in a while, right? It's exciting stuff. Everyone's going balls out. Let's see if this works out. Maybe 10 years either way was too generous. You know, everyone seems quite confident. Maybe 10 years. Maybe I should have gone 5 years either way. Don't know. We'll see. Right, so fictional apes. Here we go. Here come the answers. King Louis and the librarian, they are both orangutans. 4 points if you got orangutans. If you said anything else like chimps or gorillas, then you bust. Oh yeah. Right, number 2. Let us know, by the way, if you get bust. Tell us what you got bust on if you get bust. Scottish scientist, penicillin, 1928 is Fleming, right? Alexander Fleming is the guy's name, but Fleming will do for the points. The balls are tentatively out. There's no such thing. The balls are out or they're not. That's it. Once the balls are out, there's no... What's the noun? There's no tentativeness. It's just there. They're on the table. That's the whole thing. It might have been a tentative decision, but once they're out, you know. There is Mr. Fleming. He looks brilliant, doesn't he? He looks really Scottish. He looks like the Scottish guy out of Dad's Army. We're all doomed. Where was Fleming born? I don't know. I'm just a quizmaster. I'm not a scientist. Because you're asking it, I'm guessing he was born in Troon. Is that right? Let me just check it. Darvel, East Ayrshire. So he's born in Ayrshire. He's an Ayr boy. There we go. People know it. Marion knows it. Tell you what, I'll put Marion on the wheel for that. I'll put Beeg on the wheel for asking the question. I'm not going to make a habit of that, by the way. I don't think so, anyway. Unless it's popular. Anyway, board game Monopoly. £200. To buy any station, it's £200. Doesn't matter if it's Marylebone, King's Cross, Fenchurch, or Liverpool Street. They're all £200. Got to show you this. This is the toilets at Marylebone Station. You see the thing at the top there? You are here, pointing to Marylebone Station. Great big Monopoly board on the wall. That's superb. Looks like being caught with his bags out. He does, doesn't he? Let's have a look at his face. Aye, that's the boss. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ceremonial object is the mace. You have to have the mace in Parliament to get... There's the mace coming in. There's the mace boy. I think this is his official title. Mace boy. Bring in the mace boy. And number 5, Oscar Wilde died. British, right? This is the key question. If you did go for all 5, it all depends on this. Did you get close enough to the correct answer? The exact right answer is 1900. So anything between 1890 and 1910. Gets you the points. So orangutans, Alexander Fleming, £200, the mace, and anything between 1890 and 1910, because the exact answer was 1900. More Monopoly questions, please. You know, I kind of try and hold off them because I like Monopoly questions. I've got quite a lot of them in my database, but I tend to think that I'll probably do too many of them anyway. You know what I mean? And if you've never, ever played Monopoly, it'd be tedious if I keep coming up with Monopoly questions. But then again, Monopoly is one of those things that just about everybody's played. Just about everybody recognises it. And that's always good stuff to have in a quiz, you know, because it's... The worst thing is to ask questions where people go like, don't know, haven't got a clue, never heard of that. That's the worst type of questions. So it's the one good thing about Monopoly questions, is the level of recognition. Most people do roughly know the game. Aha, yeah, he was the mace wielder, wasn't he? And Spears, that's just around the corner for me. Except it's not Spears anymore. What is it? The Inverleaf. I was Spears for a long time. Scraped it. Guess 1910. Scraped it. Nice one. That's the way to do it. Full points in the last round. 65 for the Quiz Ballers. 66 for Lorna and Marion. Very nice. Knew he died about the same time as Victoria. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think she was 1901, wasn't she? She was the year after. Yeah, there was some difficult rounds as well. Picture round was difficult. Let me busted on Labour. What did you say, Dave? Did you go too early, maybe? Let me get the link for you, everybody, so that you can upload your score, so I can make a nice league table for tonight. I was a bit slow making the league tables for last Wednesday and Friday, so I'll definitely do this one tonight, okay? Bit easier. Where are we? So it's all very well, isn't it? If I can find the link. Put me a link. Here it is. Score upload. That's what I need. I'll put that in there. Went for 1914 for the Labour Party and Oscar Wilde. I mean, it's in the right zone. Nothing personal, Dave, but I'm kind of glad somebody got bust on it because it kind of justifies me making it 10 years either way. Porn Dwarf, 60 points. 68 for the Heeds of Mints. Pleased with that. Yeah, that's going to be top third for sure. Suspect was wearing a mask. 72. Triangulation. Yes. Come on. That's good. 41 for Janie. You need a teammate, Janie. That's what you need. You need teammates. I know some people play this on their own, but I think most people still do it as a team. And you know, it's most of my questions are designed for a bit of discussion. It's funny, it's different, like, because in the pub it was always 100, 99% would be teams. There'd be an occasional person doing it by themselves, and that's fine. But it is so much easier when there's at least one other person, three other people, because it's so difficult to know everything, by one person. So, and I like to try and, I don't know if I achieve it or not, but I like to try and spread the questions. Some sport, some music, some film, some science, some history, some geography. I want lots of different stuff, So the teams that, if you get a whole round about something that you know about, that's great. You don't need a team, just write the answers. But 60, that's what you said before, wasn't it? Happy to be the guy who goes bust. Yeah, nice work. I keep saying this, I've not done anything about it yet, but I'm going to try and do a Zooms. And the thing with Zoom quizzes, I can probably create teams out of people who don't necessarily know each other. I don't know if that'll work or not, but it's something you can do on Zoom. Still got a letter he sent me on my 19th birthday. You talking about Ron Brown, yeah? Was your mum not involved in the Labour Party somehow, Joe? I mean, he was always the MP round here when we were growing up. Ron Brown. Vote Ron Brown. He's one of the last of the old school politicians that actually sound, Labour politicians that actually sounded like they were from the working class. Like they just don't sound like it anymore. You know what I mean? They all sound quite well spoken. They all sound like me. I could be a Labour politician. But Ron Brown worked in the yard, in the shipyard, didn't he? Why he had burns in his face and whatnot from welding. Is that right? Have I got that right? He actually did it. He was down there doing the job, Like all these politicians, for all the parties, not just Labour, but, they're all just professionals these days. Professional politicians. Getting into politics, aren't I? Better be careful. Yeah, like a really big Zoom quiz, like... See, Jock's done a Zoom quiz with me, and so he knows how it works. So is Joe. They know how it works. But if you've not used Zoom, a thing called breakout rooms. So it's like a little room. So after the round, send everybody to the breakout room, and they can chat about the answers without other teams hearing them. So you don't need other apps. It's just all in Zoom. It's quite good. Ron Brown worked in Bruce Peebles, I think. What is Bruce Peebles? Is that engineering? Or is that a shipyard? Good idea about Zoom, yeah. Yeah, one of the things about it is that you can just assign people, you know, you can... This is one of my sticking points in arranging it is... Don't worry, by the way, I'll get onto games for names in just a minute. Laughing at that. I think Jacob Rees-Mogg got his hands dirty. Know what I mean? A merchant bank. Know what I mean? Woohoo! He's a bastard. Anyway, what was I saying? I Zoom. Let me work on it, right? Got to work out is people who want to be in a team, specifically want to be in a team together versus just putting in people in teams randomly. Because you can do it by pressing a button. That randomizes everybody. That's great. But you want to be able to, like... Anyway, blah, blah, blah. We'll get it sorted out. I need some time. I'm doing a lot at the moment, doing homeschooling. Trying to get these quizzes on every week, try to expand. I could do with photocopying myself, you know what I mean? Cloning myself. I'm 2 Dr. Balls. You know, to be honest, Raymond, I thought that was no very inclusive. You know, I don't think... Yeah. Turns out I'm married to a Tory. Wife's a Tory. I don't think she's ever actually voted Tory. She's bloody close. Yeah, I like the random team element as well. But you know what I mean? Like, some people will come on and they'll want to be... They'll come on as a team and they'll want to play as a team because it'll be their time together kind of thing, you know? So I'm sure there's a fairly easy way of doing it. A 3D printer would be the answer. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't understand. What have I missed? Anyway, games for names. All right. The cloned Dr. Paul, of course. 3D printer. Cheese or meat doesn't exist. Forget about that, but we can play the other ones. If you want to play true or false, you can phone in. I'll give you a link for that. We're going to do a few games for names, get a few more names on the wheel before 8:30, and then we're going to spin the wheel. Sorry, I've been chatting. We should have been doing this. So, what do you want to do? I'm sure somebody's about to say, where am I? So I'm just getting the where am I stuff open. I was doing everything. I was cooking dinner for the Wayne. I didn't get quite everything quite open. What have I got? A document called chickens. That's no good. There's where am I. There's where it is. What do you want to play? Where am I? Kazoo. Where am I? Right, 2 votes for where am I. Let's do where am I. Let's get it on, baby. Yo, baby. Shit, get it on. Get it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, where am I? Where am I? Stay on the scene. Like a where am I machine. I've got 1 there. I'll set up 2. Okay. That one was a difficult one. A couple of difficult ones. In fact, I'll maybe do 3. Get an easy one as well. Not easy necessarily, but just closer to home. So I've got 2 set up. Let's get 1 more here. Yeah, here's an absolute belter. Let's get this one. Right, where am I coming up any second, folks? I've got my 3 tabs open. I've got me where am I's loaded up. Just got to turn the labels off. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we are about to play Where Am I? Gives me an excellent excuse to do this. Hey, you like that? Right, okay. Where am I? Ask me questions or just guess. Where am I? Where am I? Redditch? Nah, not Redditch, not Auckland. It's never Auckland. I know you always like to guess Auckland, but it's never Auckland. Here's a roundabout. Let's go round the roundabout. That'll be fun. Somebody will know this. Irvine, Madrid, Milton Keynes, Perth. No. UK. Ah, it's in the UK. Perth, Melrose, Kelso, Perth, Milton Keynes, Madrid. No. Let's go back down here again. Reading, Inverness, Ayr, Kilmarnock, Peterhead, Dundee, Huddersfield, Dundee. No. Falkirk! Oop! It's Falkirk. Michael, nice one. It's just, it's quite close to the Falkirk Grahamston train station. Let's just go along here a bit. Or have I come up? Oh, there's the Asda. No, I think I've come the wrong way. The post office. There's someone who's just happy to be alive, just making it through the day. Well, we've all been riding this roundabout a few times. I think it's the train station down here. The Railway Tavern. Must be around here somewhere. Funny how disorientating it is sometimes. Aye, look, here we are. There's the train station. Falkirk, Grahamston. Can't even see the sign properly. Right, okay, well done. Well done, Michael. By the way, before anybody complains, the strict first one I see rules tonight, okay? First one I see is the one that goes on. So let's get another one on. Let's get a more difficult one on. Okay, this one. Where are we now? Yes, it was in the old Brockville ground, that part of Falkirk. Yeah, just round the corner from Grahamston Station. But this certainly isn't Falkirk. Where are we now? Let's zoom out a little bit. Big tall thing there. Nissan garage, Nissan main dealer down there. What's going on? It kind of looks industrial / residential. What we got? Liverpool, Berlin, Seville, Tashkent, Newcastle, Coventry, Ibrox, San Marino, Belgrade, Kuala Lumpur, Frankfurt, San Diego. I don't think anyone's got the right continent yet. Let's have a look. Todo on request us. Where are we? Some quite tall buildings, lots of residential buildings around. Oh look, that's a great answer. Someone's got it. Just got to find it again. It's just, I saw it and then it's jumped off the screen. Someone has got it. The correct answer is Santiago in Chile. I just got to find out who said that. I saw it. Unless I didn't see it. There it is. Oh cats, it's Phil. Right, there we go. Fantastic. Yay! Thought I'd screwed that up for a second. Thought I'd like... But it's alright. Oh cats. Oh. Hang on. I'm going to type it in a way that the computer lady might actually be able to pronounce it. Right, one more of these, and it still might just have time for something else. Right, the last one's difficult. No doubt about it. Right, where are we? Yeah, it's this one. No loitering. No alcohol. It says, well done, Phil. Okay, right, let's have a look at this. Where are we now? So let's just zoom out of that for a little bit. So they've got cars in this place. They've got bins in this place. They've got cardboard. So all the usual things. Having a look at the foliage sometimes helps. That's what it looks like, plant-wise. It's not Cardiff, not Dallas, not Bromsgrove, not Cape Town, Havana, Jakarta, Johannesburg. None of these places. Definitely not Cork. Is there a... Let's go along here a little bit. Can we go up here? I think we can. Yeah. I remember doing this one. It's like a little market going on. This kind of stuff they're selling. maybe aimed at tourists. I mean, it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? That looks like a great t-shirt. See, when I'm slim again, I'm going to wear the most ridiculous clothes. Oh, there was a wee clue there. In fact, the answer was on the screen for a second. Did anyone see it? Did anyone pick it out? There's not much going on in this market. It's a rubbish market, isn't it? No punters at all. Wonder how much these people paid for stalls. There's one customer. Guam. Oh, actually, Fat Boy got sick. Saw it. But strict rules, Natters was the first one. I'll put you both on the wheel, right? So Fat Boy got sick and Natters. It is Guam. Fat Boy got sick and Natters. All right. Guam. Do you know where Guam is? Do you know that their national anthem is called the Guam Rap? True fact. Hey! Woohoo! Right, we've got time for anything else. 26 minutes past. Maybe it can fit in Kazula Palooza. Let's try and do one Kazula Palooza. No. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it at Hangman because I've got it set up and it's on the screen. So that's the best thing to do. I got 2 quick Hangmans for you. All right. Let's do Hangman. So let me just get this screen at a reasonable size so I can see it and I can still see your stuff. Let's stop that screen. Well done, by the way, to everybody who got on the right answer there. Falkirk in Scotland, Santiago in Chile, and Guam in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Belongs to the USA. But it is literally Guam. It was very, very big in the 70s. Guam rock. Right, let's check this out. Okay, here come the letters. X, K, G, L, K, Z. Right, X. It's never going to be an X, is there? No. K. No. G. No. L. One letter at a time, Noodle Doodles. Whoa. Picked a good one, though. L. And then Colin's given us an E. The doo-doo band, says Louisa. That's not right. There's an E. That's a good one. Come on, someone's going to get this now. Letter O. Hey, Buck Double's here. Buck Double's got the best name. Buck Double. Ain't nobody got better name for getting into trouble than our old friend, Buck Double. Yes, Della Soul is correct. Well done, David. Superb. It is Della Soul. David Hall. Excellent. Right, we've got time for one more. Just fill us in. You remember Della Soul? 3 feet high and rising. Great times. Right, one more. I'll not do that. We'll save that for later. It's a bit boring. Let's do this. It's a film. Here's our last games for names of the night before we spin the wheel. I promise I'll do Kazoo on Wednesday, okay? Right, M for Noodle Doodles. Let's see, is there an M? Yes, of course there's an M. R and K. Let's see. R? No. Why does everyone go for K these days? I've noticed a trend with this. People have started going for the more unusual letters. Right, F, S. Not Towering Inferno. Good guess, Struan, but not right. L, F. Oh, yes, very good. It is Midnight Cowboy. Look at that. That's another great solve. One letter on the board, and William gets it. It's Midnight Cowboy. That is excellent. And that's you on the Wheel of Names for the second time tonight, Nicholas. Nicholas? That's your surname. I'm not like a tax inspector. William. Well done. Midnight Cowboy. I watched this the other night. I've never seen it before. It's brilliant. It was on Netflix. I wanted to watch an old film, you know. I nearly watched Easy Rider, but then I thought about this and I thought, yeah, nah, never quite been sure what it's about. But I'm glad I watched it. It was much funnier than I thought it was going to be, but really brutal. It's like what it made Withnail and I look like a picnic, you know. You got it before, put a letter on. That's even better. Nice work. Anyway, great film. Well done, William. Okay, right, let's get to the wheel and get these prizes. We've got some great prizes tonight. I'm going to start off with the flowers. Now, if you weren't here at the start, you won't know what I'm talking about. We've got a sponsor who are doing this week only. They are a flower shop, a florist, located in sunny South Edinburgh. Morningside. Talking about. I've just put their link to their Facebook fan. John Voight's now a Trump fan. I can live with that. I mean, like, you know, the thing of artists being total arseholes, and then you can't like their art. I don't buy into that. I still listen to The Leader of the Gang by Gary Glitter. You know, he's a bad person, right? No problem with that. Of course he is. But, you know, the music's all right. I still listen to Rolf Harris. I'll watch Woody Allen films. You know what I mean? I think if you're going to start vetting every single artist for everything that they do and never looking at their art again, you're not going to be left with much. You know what I mean? A lot of arseholes out there. Anyway, I've been straying into politics tonight. Right, here we are. We're on the wheel. These are all the names that made it to the wheel tonight. I've been typing them away as the quiz has been going on. Lots of names. That's the way we like it. So we're going around there. So our first sponsor tonight, first prize, is a bunch of flowers, florist's choice, which means could be anything, but it's going to be beautiful. You saw the pictures earlier. I'll put some pictures on Facebook as well. This is specifically for an Edinburgh resident. All right, so this is why I'm doing it first, because if you spin and you're not Edinburgh, then I'll give you another prize. It just needs to be an Edinburgh address. So even if you're not in Edinburgh, but you know somebody in Edinburgh, you want to send them flowers, you can use it that way. You know what I mean? So here we go. Remember to listen out, and we've got beer coming up in just a second, but our first sponsor is Rowan Florist and Crafts. And they're doing every night this week. They're doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you can win a really nice bunch of flowers every night this week, which is just great, I think. Anyway, here we go. Let's spin that wheel and see who comes up. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, wheel people. Right, who's coming up first for the flowers? Fat Boy got sent. David William, Raymond Struan, Janie Andy Struan. He's got to win one, isn't he? Oh, is it going to go to Bill? It's right on the wire.
Bill.
Yay, Bill. Oh, Struan. Struan's on the wheel, I think 4 times tonight. So it's like, it's surely a home run that Struan's going to win something. He nearly won the flowers there, but Bill has won the flowers. That's a good fact, actually, Marianne. Talking about Midnight Cowboy, only X-rated movie to win an Oscar. That sounds kind of right. I'm not sure. I have to research it, but it's a good fact if it's true. It's a great film. Anyway, Bill, you are the winner of the flowers. Now, is he here? Is he still here? If he is, let us know. Anyway, Bill's definitely inside Edinburgh, so that'll be fine. So that's that. So we'll take Bill off the wheel. And let's do a scratch card now. Let's do £100,000. Have I got one lying about? Not exactly. Oh, no, they're over here. They're usually over there. Over here. So £100,000 scratch card. This could be you. This could be all your problems solved by the power of money. In this system we call capitalism. William, Louisa, Struan, Marion, Big, Michael. Is it going to go all the way to Phil O'Cats, or is it staying with Michael? It's
Michael Graven.
Yes. That's Michael from the Chameleons, and that's £100,000. Easy money. More likely £1. Hey, Louisa won a £5. I don't know if you saw on Facebook. Thanks for posting it, Louisa. A scratch card that I sent her last week turned out to be a fiver. Nice one. But imagine 100 grand. We take Michael off the wheel. Right, it's time to spin for the booze. This is Cross Borders, our main Monday sponsor. Many thanks to them. They've been sponsoring for a long time on Mondays, and their offer persists, by the way. Even if you don't win the beer, you can go to their website, use the discount code DPQuiz, and that will get you 10% off. And they've got loads and loads of different beers that everybody likes. There's some information there in the chat. But here we go. Let's spin for the beer. Let's see who's going to win this beer. Who's going to get the beer from Cross Borders Brewery, Hazel Struan? Well, I can't believe Struan's not won anything. Where's William? It's William. Yeah.
William Nicholas.
I gotta ask, because that's kind of foreign sounding, that Nicholas business. Are you one of these Belgian people? Are you in Belgium, William? Because I honestly don't know. It's nothing that's actually happened before. Like if one of the beer winners, I've sent some of my own stuff to the EU, to winners in the EU, scratch cards and books and whatever stuff like that. But I don't know if the brewery will do that. Where are you, William? I keep calling you Nicholas. Ah, you're in Leith. Good. It's just because the other fella was saying that they were listening in Belgium earlier, and I thought, but that's spelling. Maybe you're one of the Belgians. Nice. You're in Leith, right. William, I don't think you've been a winner with me before, so what you got to do is send me a message with your address on it. And for Cross Borders, they need a phone number as well to give to the courier. Oh, that's good. Bill, send me the address where you want it sent, and we can put whatever you want on the card. That's what it's. Lorna, who's from Rowan Florist and Craft, so she's going to sort it out. So send me a message saying what you want put on the card and the address you want it sent to. All right. Yeah, it would be good, and it's that's really worked out nicely. I hope your mum's okay. Name's German originally. Yeah, I mean, it feels a little bit Euro there. William, aye, that's it. So I need address and phone number. Phone number's just for the courier, but and usually Cross Borders are pretty good at getting the beer out pretty quickly. You are a beer winner. That's fantastic. Well done to you. Bad luck to Struan, who was hitting bullseyes all night, getting himself on the wheel 4 times and didn't get a prize. That's a shocker. That's a bummer. Thanks, Bedge. Thank you, Phil. Aye, Leith, truly cosmopolitan. Eat your breed, din your tea. Any more spins? Every time I spin that wheel, got to give something away. See what I've got. I've got another one of those good magazines, but I don't want to give it away yet because. Oh hell, no, I'll do it. Let's get it moving. Right. I gave one of these away on Friday night. It's really, really good. It's Blighty magazine, right? 1952. October 1952. And it's full of well, the National Humorous Weekly, that's how it describes itself. And it's full of saucy cartoons and stories and stuff like that. And probably best of all is all the adverts. Advert for, you remember this sort of thing? Joke shop, pack of 52 nudes. Did I say Peeping Tom in Paris? Face of something. That's like all sort of jokes you can play. What was that? Mocker card, cigarette through handkerchief trick. There's the absolute classic. Let me just turn this off for a second so you can see that. Look, Charles Atlas. I'll prove in 7 days that I can make you a new man. There he is. Once I was a weakling weighing only 7 stones, but I can be a new man. Charles Atlas. Look at the pants. Jungle pants. Charles Atlas. Where's the line? There's an amazing line in this. There. The title of the world's most perfectly developed man. That's Charles Atlas. It's just a book, and he had this advert running for years and years and years and years. Probably made loads of money because people wanted to be perfectly developed and wear jungle pants. That was what the 50s was all about. Yeah, I'll address that in just a second. Let's get this final spin up. So we'll take William off the wheel and we'll do one last spin. This is for the Blighty magazine from 1952. A real treat. I've been flicking through them. They're really, really good. Right, Andy, Spez Struan, Hazel Struan, Louisa Struan, Marion B. Go Cats! Hey! What? Like, normally I would type it OKATZZZ and she pronounce it OKATZZZ. Something like that. So I thought, right, OCats. But she fumbled that one. The computer lady with her reading out. Right, Phil O'Cats, and that was Blighty magazine. Right, that's it. That's all the prizes. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with James Baker. He hasn't done any deliveries for a few weeks. Like in the second half of last year, he was like saving it up for 3 weeks at a time and stuff like that. So, and he's got to the point where he owes about 4. I said to him last week. I sent him a message saying, "Look, you don't have to keep doing this if you don't want to." But he didn't say yes or no. Last time I asked him that, he said, "No, it's fine. I'll keep doing this. It's great." So I don't know. I'll have to say to him, "Look, I'm gonna have to stop giving away prizes that they're not going to get delivered." You know what I mean? James is immune to diseases. Doesn't get diseases. Good fun, but then we were on the wine tonight. Well, it must be the booze because I don't think I've been terribly entertaining tonight. I think I've not been unentertaining. I think I've been about a 5 or a 6 out of 10. But if you found it funnier than that, then yes, it would have been the booze. Last time I only delivered quickly on a Sunday. Yeah, was that this month? Has he done you this month, Marion? I can't remember the last time you won the bread. Well, Paul's fine. Paul's my name. Dr. Paul's just... I'm not that serious about it, you know, it's okay. Well, Dr. John's alright as well. I mean, like, people get mixed up. Lorna put in a wee extra order and he got back to me, so it's all good. I don't know when exactly, but he's on his way. Was it that long ago? Jesus. I hit 7. Right, okay, 2 points and that'll be the booze. Thanks. I'm sure he's okay. I'm sure it'll work out, but I will mention, because Margaret Ann, has that not been... Were you not right at the start of January that you got that? That bread win, I think, if I remember correctly. Margaret Ann. So, aye, right, you won 2 weeks ago. Right, okay. Aye, he needs to, and you know, end up with like a 2-month backlog. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I'll probably phone him because I usually just talk to him on WhatsApp messages, but maybe I should speak to him. Anyway, thanks for doing the quiz, everybody. Hopefully getting more friends to play on Wednesday. You got what, between now and Wednesday to make some new friends? In the times of COVID, that might be quite difficult. What are you going to do? You're going to go to the supermarket. That's where I would start. Had to start it somewhere. I said, pretend you got no money. I don't know how do young people make friends these days? You know, we used to just go to the pub permanently, and then before you knew it, you had friends. But of course, there's no boozer to go to now. It's all that, isn't it? Everyone's online on their phone. See if I had to do dating. If I had to do dating. I don't know if I could handle all the electronic stuff. Trying to find a mate through electronic means. It just don't know. It doesn't feel right. You need to see somebody, talk to them, you know. Wednesday, 6th of January, right? So it was the first Wednesday of the year. And we're now in February, so yeah. I've said every time, I've said every week, but maybe putting it in slightly stronger terms. Hey, right, I better get offline. Is this not a dating platform then? What, YouTube? I'm just doing a quiz. I suppose it is. I mean, people, isn't it? Zoom would be better for that. You get to hear people. Aye, patience is a virtue, definitely, but we want breed. True. True, it will taste better when it comes. It'll be like manna, when the manna finally, aye, because I think God, when he was giving the manna to the Jewish people going through the desert, I think he waited till they were pretty hungry. Then made it rain with manna. It wasn't like, all right, get that manna rain and they've not eaten for a day. He was like, nah, wait for 3 weeks. You ever read the Old Testament? God's a bastard. He just is like permanently striking people down. Have I told you this before? I was trying to read it when I lived in Greece. I thought, I got a bit of time on my hands here. What will I do? I know, I'll read the Bible from start to finish. That'll be good. So I started. I didn't get through it. I got as far as the book of Job, but the first couple of books are fantastic. Basically a long list of things that you can and cannot do. And lots of examples of God being angry and killing people, specifically for not carrying out rituals in exactly the correct way. Like, you've got to go around the altar a certain number of times, 4 times. You've got to have, if you're a priest, you've got to have the garment which has got a bell shape on the hem. Specifically. And if you don't do it specifically, and if you don't burn the sacrifice of the lamb at the northeast corner of the altar, if you don't know this exactly right, bang, just kills you. It's super hardcore. There's some good murders. Like one woman, like the Israelites are having a fight with some other tribe. This is basically all of the first few books. They're just fighting each other all the time. And so I don't know what side she's on, but a woman, I think she's with the Israelites. She goes into the tent of the Philistines or whoever they're fighting, the Syrians or something, and uses her charms to get with the Syrian guy. Let's say Syrians, right? The Assyrians, to get with the leader. Makes love. He falls asleep, as sometimes happens. And when he's asleep, she gets a tent peg and a hammer, and she puts the tent peg on his head and she batters it like that and bashes his brains out. And that's it. She decapitates the movement against Israel. She takes out the leader. Pretty hardcore. Patience is a virtue, hence the current pandemic. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't understand the pandemic anymore. Right, it's 10 to 9. I think my child is calling. Oh, she's on the phone. Right, it's okay. But she does need to get put to bed pretty soon. So I need to do that. Thanks very much for doing the quiz tonight, everybody. Many, 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 many thanks to those who donate and have donated. And I'll just give you that link one more time. I'll be back on Wednesday. The quiz on Wednesday will be offering bread from James Baker. And other great prizes too. And flowers. We're going to be doing the flowers all week. Well done, Bill. I'm glad you won the flowers. That's great. Mum's come out of hospital. She can get the flowers. That's worked out perfectly. Well done to Phil for winning that magazine, the Blighty magazine. You'll enjoy that, Phil. It was good fun. And who got the scratch card? Oh, yeah, it was Michael from Chameleons. Excellent. Well done to every single one of you. I'm looking forward to seeing your scores. I'll make a league table when I get a chance later on. And hopefully see you all on Wednesday. And we've got gin on Friday. You can on the 7 o'clock. That's the last Friday for the gin, but the week after that, we've got a new beer sponsor for a few weeks, so that's good. It's all lovely, lovely. Thank you very much, William Nicholas, the German Lether. You'll be getting that beer. You'll enjoy it, man. See you later. Good night.